All
Hello,
right.
everyone. Hey, Donna, how are you? Now we are live in our very first webcast in YouTube as well as Facebook. We have changed the platform a little bit to increase the participation, and I want to welcome you all for our very first webinar on Facebook. So, hey, Donna, how are you?
Hey, I am great. How are you doing?
As always, we're doing great. Excited to be here once again for the day three in our Groovekart 60-day challenge. So we are going to have an amazing day. We're going to have a lot of stuff going around. Also with us is Mr. David Lemon. David, how are you?
Hi guys, I'm very good. I'm happy to be here.
Great. And yeah, well, as I mentioned, we have changed a little bit the platform. Now we are live here where everybody knows us and it feels like home since we're live in the group as well as YouTube. So, guys, brace yourselves because we're going to have a great webinar today. And we hope that the information that we are going to share today with you guys, you're following the class. And if you're not following the class, take a look at the past webinars, which you will find here also in the Facebook page. And so you can keep up with us because we are just in this to win it. So, how about we get started? Donna, do you have anything to announce, Donna? So before we get started with the nitty gritty of what we need to do tonight.
I have one thing to announce. Tomorrow in our Go to Webinar account, so those of you that are registered for Groove Digital Presents, sorry about the dogs, hard to mute them out while I'm talking. So tomorrow, while I think it's at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern time. 3 p.m. Eastern, we are going live for Groove Digital Presents, and we are featuring Mike Fofane tomorrow. He is going to be talking about Groove and the differences between the free version and the upgrade version. And it's just always nice to hear Mike talk about the products because he's so super excited. So for those of you who can access our GoToWebinar, and the reason why we're here streaming on Facebook and on YouTube is because we have exceeded our registrations on GoToWebinar. They have a cap and we have exceeded it. So for the lucky first 10,000 people who have registered, they can be live on the GoToWebinar. And then we will drop the replay in here into our Facebook group afterwards. So if you can be there live, awesome. The live energy is fantastic. You would have, if you're registered for it, you would have gotten an email for it this afternoon, and you'll get another reminder tomorrow. If you weren't lucky enough to be able to register for it, you'll definitely see the replay here in the Facebook group tomorrow. So I'm super excited. I always love hearing Mike talk about our products.
No, and not only that, but you see, with change and new products comes new challenges. And this is part of the challenge. And I know that everybody that is listening to me right now will understand, based on what you just said right now, if we exceeded the cap in the software that we're using as a platform, it only indicates one thing: we are growing. And that's why
Absolutely.
we have to make sure that we develop some changes to accommodate everybody and to make sure that the information that we have to show you guys gets to your hands. So again, the replay will be here, and I believe as well is going to be in the academy as always. So you
Yep.
can go to groovedigitalacademy.com, go to the Groovekart webinars replays, and you will find it there. So without further ado, Donna, since you have shared with us the news, let's get started, shall we?
Yep. Let's do it.
And
So excited.
remember, today you're going to be doing most of the clicking. I am going to take the back seat. I'm going to tell Donna exactly what she's going to be doing in her store because, as we mentioned in the past, we're using her store as a showcase. So let's just take a look what we're going to be doing today. Let me change the slide here. Today we're going to be setting the product page. As announced in the past days, day three, today we're going to just talking about the product. We need to set up the product page. We're going to create a product for your store. In this case, Donna is going to be creating a product for her store. She's going to do it herself. And we're going to do the hands-on training. So the first part is we are going to be showing the steps. What screens are you going to face when you create your product? And then we're going to do it. And of course, then we're going to have a couple of bonus information, which is adding a product in print on demand, which is going to be the full setup. We're going to use Dscape today, and also the Dropship product, which we're going to be using AliExpress. So let's get to it. let me just get started with setting out the product page. Now, with the new changes that we did in Groovekart, we kind of rethought the process. Um, and now we're going to have, as you can see here on your screens, this is how your product page is set up. And a lot of people this past week have asked me, hey, John, why are we starting with the product page and the products and not the homepage? Simply because in order for us to create a very cool website, a very cool web page, the first page in your website, we need to have something. We need to have some products. We need to have some information. That's why I decided to kind of start from the back to the front and make sure that we have some products created. Then we can actually create the homepage, which incidentally is next week, since we already have products created. And that's part of the challenge for this week. So this is just a screenshot of what we'll be looking at in a second. And in maybe a minute or two, right after I can show you where everything is, we're going to switch to Donna's monitor, and she's going to show us the step, how she's going to do it. So pretty much, as I was mentioning, this is the new layout, the new look, and we have pretty much all the elements. You will have the product title, the descriptions, your pricing, the color options, as well as the sizes and other stuff that we're going to be showing you in a second. And how do you get to this page? So Donna, I am going to give you the control. If you like to actually just switch back to you,
Okay.
and let's take a look at your screen.
All right, let's share my screen. There we go. Let me just resize it so it appears better. There.
And I believe that now we are looking at your screen. Guys, this will be familiar. You're looking at the dashboard. So let's get started. In order to actually start working on your page, let's click on the visual editor. And remember, the visual editor is that icon that looks like a box right to the top left. So Donna, if you don't mind, let's just go to that link.
Let's hit this one, Visual Builder. Yep.
Perfect. And once you click in there, you're going to be able to see all the pages and all the new areas where we're going to be doing on the setup right now. Again, guys, this is the first time that we're using this system, so maybe there's going to be a little bit of delay on once Donna click and once you actually get to see the image. So right now we're seeing the image and it's about to come up right now. Right now we're at 100% perfect, and I believe now everybody's looking at the first page.
Should be.
And,
Yeah.
Yep, this is actually the home page, but we're gonna touch this right now. As we said, I'm gonna dedicate a full day in how to create the coolest homepage possible for your stores. So Donna, can you do me a favor now? Let's just click on the pages icon to the left of the navigation bar that you have to your left of the screen. The third icon should be the one that says pages.
Okay.
So now you're going to have there several pages. You're going to have your home page, your category page, your shopping cart, your checkout, your thank you page, your maintenance mode, your frequently asked questions, and any other custom page that you want to create. Yet, we're not going to touch those. At the moment, we're going to just focus on the product creation. But in order to create a product, we need to have a page where it displays the product. So do me a favor, click where it says product layout. And that's where you find out that information in product layout. We have right now one that is called default product layout. So click on the icon with the arrow inside of the box, if you don't mind, please. Perfect. Right now, we are looking at what I just showed you in the screenshot. Let's see. Perfect. Yes, it is actually now showing in the live session here. And as Donna scrolls down in the page, we will see the different elements that we have there. We have, as I mentioned, the pricing, the color, the variables. And this is actually how the page is going to look once you start putting products in there. So, but we're going to edit some features here so we don't have stuff that we might not need. So, and I believe, Donna, that you have a store that you sell, you're going to be selling your paintings, right?
That's right.
So I don't know if you're going to sell different sizes of paintings, or is going to be just the regular size for your canvas, or how will that work in your case?
So I have some original paintings that I'll sell. So they're the size of the canvas, which is 16 by 20 or 9 by 12. But I'm also going to be putting my images on things as well. So you might be able to buy a T-shirt with some of my art on it, or a poster with some of my art on it. So it'll be a combination of those things, either my artwork on an item or the actual artwork itself.
Correct.
Obviously, I can sell a lot more when it turns to quantity of items with my artwork on it than I can actual pieces of art. So.
Of art, correct. That's right. So let's just edit a couple of things, because what I want to make sure is, like, we can use this page as it is right now, by the way, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody that is looking at, you can use this page as it is right now, but maybe there's a couple of functions that you might not need to use. For example, if you scroll down a little bit, Donna, you're going to find the gray box with the special offers for these products. That will be done in an advanced class, and I believe it's day 6 or 7 when we talk about offers and marketings and all that stuff. So if you don't mind, and so we can show all our viewers how to remove that block. And this is very similar in the process that we use in Groove Pages. So if you don't mind, let's click on the gray box, and let's just click that little can icon, if you don't mind. So you can see it removed an element. Let's just keep removing the elements. Now it will have, I think if you click in that trash can, perfect.
Yeah,
Now,
it's just removing each individual element.
Yeah, perfect.
There we go.
So we just remove that. And another part that we want to edit will be the actual button for the actual purchase now, buy now, order now. And I read a document recently that there was a company, and I believe it was you, Donna, that actually brought it up to your attention. A lot of companies are using different click to actions, different sayings and cool stuff to actually use in your card. So let's just do that. Let's just change that element. Let's just change the text on this button to say something: you want this painting, you want this product, or maybe you want it. Really, something that will grab your visitor's attention. So if you, oh wow, you actually a step ahead of me.
I know. I'm just
Hey,
going ahead.
You're flying through.
I want to see if it works intuitively based on what I know about. What's our product name? Groove Funnels, Groove Pages. What I know about Groove Pages, whether I can get Groovekart to work.
Yeah, this is actually why the reason why our developers and open management decided to do this, because now it feels just like home. Now, all of our clients that have experienced Groove Pages have the same experience or very similar experience in Groovekart. So I want this now. You see, now it's updated. So now, very important here, always, whatever changes you make, even if they're very small, let's just click the save button right on the top corner on your screen. Perfect. Now, if you scroll down, another element that you might not need is just that call to action at the bottom. I believe there's one call to action at the very bottom of the page. You see, it's time to buy. So you don't need all that things in the bottom. So you can just remove them. And as you can see, it's very simple. All that you do is click on the element and click on the trash can. Now, and perfect. Now, this, I believe, is ready, because we also have left all the reviews, because part of the upgrade for Groovekart was to create an area where people can leave reviews. So I believe this is one of the great updates that we did. And all of our customers that have switched, we have actually gotten a lot of good responses in that fact, because a lot of people wanted to have the ability to put customer reviews. So now let's click save again, so we make sure that everything is saved. And right now we just have our basic product page. So we didn't change a lot of elements because we want to make sure that our products looks fine. And this is important. We don't want to start changing a lot of elements once we start building our store. Because remember, this changes all the products. So this is the way that all your products are going to change. They're going to show in the store. Now, as you saw, and if you don't mind, Donna, could you click please again on pages? As you can see now, under your pages and product layouts, you have the option to create a new layout. So let's say you want to offer the same product, but in a different way, in a different page, in a different kind of feeling, or I shouldn't say feeling, but in a different environment. Let's say you want to create one that has a smaller product title that don't have any colors, so you can play with those elements. So I was about to say that. Let's just create a new product element, and let's click where it says product layout 166470. And as you can see, it's an empty one, because then you can build the elements. And this is the cool part, because for the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you guys how to create a really cool page very quickly and very simply. So now we have to go back to our elements. If you click on your elements, we're going to open that up. Perfect. And as you can see, you have product elements. If you click on your product elements, and of course you have your media, your content, your cart pricing, add to cart buttons, and other. So media, you need pictures. So get on the product pictures and drop it in the area which says drop here. Perfect. I'll drop it in the center. So you have the images. Now, if you want a video, grab that video and drop it there. Now, you see, this is actually coming along, because now you have the video and you have your pictures, but it's a little bit disorganized. So we have to organize the elements so they actually look like they are at this moment, looking better. So let's just go now where it says to blocks. And let's actually click where it says common blocks. And you know what? I actually just told you to click in the wrong area. It's actually in elements. I'm sorry. Global elements. Right at the top. Rows. And then just do 2-column row, which is the first icon. And just bring one out to the center on the drop area. Perfect. Now you have the 2 columns. So now you can put under that. Let's just bring that element, just grab the little cross icon and put it to the left on that white space that you see there. Perfect. Drop there. Perfect. Now you see that everything is being accommodated. So once you have that, you have the ability to accommodate all your elements. So I actually show the first 2 steps to put all the elements first, but then how you organize them. So you see, you have now your videos in one side, or your product. And actually, as a matter of fact, Donna, why don't you just bring that video down under the images, so it will be in one place.
Going down
can you scroll down a little bit more, or
again? Maybe if I increase the size of my screen, it might zoom out a little.
Oh, maybe let's just delete that video for now, and then let's just start again to bring it in. So you can delete that for a second. Exactly. So go back to the product elements.
Product elements,
media,
video.
Then video, and you can drop it right under the.
Is that where you wanted me to drop it? I'm sorry.
Actually, right under the images. So because since it's a row, so it will be right under the images. It should give you the ability to do that.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. Drop here.
Got
Exactly.
Okay.
So that you'll have the video as well. Now, let's just add the actual content. Let's just add the title for your product as we have it in the sample. So let's just product title. Now that should be dropped to the right on your screen. Perfect. Product title. Perfect. Now you want to just drop down your description. Product description, the short one, if you want the description there. And then now click where it says cart and pricing. And what you can do is add the price of the actual element or the product, I should say. Perfect. Now, if you go to the other, I believe it is. Let me just check 1 second here. You'll have the ability to do the actually no, it's the cart and pricing. I'm sorry.
Ooh, pretty buttons.
Yeah, the buttons. No, you can add whichever button you want, by the way, but
Purple, of course.
it was actually cart and pricing, so we can add any variants.
Oh, sorry.
Quite okay.
I got excited about the button.
Hey, so
variations right here. Okay.
there, correct. Product variations, right there, right under. Yeah, perfect. So all your variables, which we're gonna see in a second, will show there. So now, this is pretty much what you need. If you want to add another description, a longer description, what you can do is add another row in a single column and drop it to the bottom of the page.
Do I need to add another row, or can I just
yeah.
drop the?
I mean, let's use
there. Yeah. Okay.
Let's use exactly. So if you want to avoid to create a larger description or just utilize all the space, because maybe you want just to be real clear with your product, and there it is. Boom, you have both descriptions there. So that is how and I believe this was one of the biggest updates that we had, because before it was a little bit more complex. Now it's more intuitive, and you can just design the page as you like it, as you will believe that your customers will have a better experience. So you can test some products with one layout, and maybe if it's a different product, maybe for a different experience, if it doesn't have any variants or maybe colors or sizes, so you just eliminate that element, and it's just pretty much you can use your imagination when it comes to creating the product page.
So what I'm doing here is I'm creating templates that I'll be able to choose later when I put the product in. So I could have like an apparel template that is particularly designed for items that are worn, and might include things like the size and color options, and but might not include maybe a video. And then maybe I have a original artwork template that doesn't include things like the variations, but does include a video. And can I save these templates? It says I'm editing product layout with a number. Can I save the name of it so that I know what the template is?
Correct. So just click save on top, and then you can go back to your pages. Then go back to the product layout, which you're right there. So right now the product layout that you're editing is the 166470.
Yep.
Click on the name and just name it whatever you want.
Product layout, video.
Then just click on the check mark.
Can I take out? Oh, I can take out the.
Yeah. You can. Yeah.
Video layout.
Video layout. Exactly. So let's say you only want a product, you don't want the images, but you just want the video. So you can identify really easy that layout. So you can now you click the check mark. So that means it's saved. And now we have two options, which is the coolest part. So that's pretty much it. That's how to create your product page. So now you have two options. We have the default layout that we have, and this one that Donna just created. So it's very simple. And again, use your imagination. Just do a little bit of a research with your products. Do I need variants in my products? Do I sell with different colors? Do I have different sizes? So you can make the conscious decision of showing the content to your visitors if they really need to see that, in order to kind of just ease the experience. You don't want to have a lot of information in the product page, especially in the product page. You want to make sure that it's clear, concise, and people will have the ability to order right away. So again, one of the things that Donna was passionate about was the button. So you can change the button, you can change the text on the bottom, and try to use, again, and I believe, Donna, this company that actually released the report that you showed us, or maybe the page that you showed us, they say that people were actually more engaged when you changed the language or the actual expressions that you use in your click to action buttons.
So what John is referring to is I posted a image maybe last week in the Facebook group that was from an email that I got. And the email that I got was for one of my art supply companies, where they were releasing a new set of pens. And they sent me an email and had images of all the pens with a order button underneath, but the copy on the order button was just beautifully creative. It wasn't add to cart. It was, great things like, oh my God, I need to have it. And yes, please. Just really sort of fun, whimsical things instead of just the boring old add to cart. So yeah, and they actually didn't say anything about conversion. It was just me seeing it in my mail, noticing that it was a really, really good way to create an add to cart button that was something that was a little bit more than the boring ones that we see all the time. So
Awesome. No, and I found it very useful because once you change a little bit the tone of your message within your product pages, then you have a better chance to engage with your customers. So, with that said, Donna, if you can do me a big favor, now we have saved this product page, these layout pages. So, if you don't mind, let's send that back to me so I can start now with the actual addition of the product for your stores.
awesome. And while I'm doing that, I will just say from a marketing perspective, like when you are creating your product pages and your, let me see, remove from stream and stop the share. There we go. So now share yours. When you are setting up your product pages, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. I mean, you really should design your page in a way that looks like everywhere else that people are shopping. And by that, I mean Amazon. So go to Amazon and look at the way they lay out their product pages, and at the very minimum, just model that as your baseline. And then you can play around and try different things from there, but don't stress about this too much. If your page looks exactly like Amazon, you're in good shape.
Yeah, and remember, use creativity. That's what actually I always try to strive for, just to make sure that your message is heard in a way that is unique to you and unique to your customers. So thanks, Donna. And now we're gonna just get to the cool part, which is adding your product. So we already talked about setting the product page, and we're gonna start now creating a product. So I'm gonna go through the slides first, and then we're gonna just do it manually. And Donna will actually do the steps because she is going to share with us one product that she's going to add to her store. So to add the products, what you have to do is click on My Products right to the left on your screen, the big P under the circle. So you will see this page. Then once you see this page, you click in the New Product. Once you click that green button, you're going to go to the page that says Information. Here is where you actually put your product name, your category and tags, descriptions, search engine optimization, advanced setting options. These advanced setting options and search engine optimization, of course, relate to the SEO on your pages. A lot of people have asked us about that. So I'll talk a little bit more once Donna is creating the page. In the second step is your images and videos. So you have the opportunity to drop your images for your products that you're actually going to sell, as well as a video. You can attach any YouTube video to it, and I believe Vimeo as well with the video IDs. So very simple process. Just attach the pictures as well as the product video, and we'll do it in a second. Also, your pricing and your product variants. So here is where you make sure that your product has the proper pricing, that you actually add any pricing or any additional fees for shipping that you might have, if you have quantity discounts, and of course your variables or your variants, if you have different colors, sizes, and so forth, which we'll do in a second as well. This step right here, the settings step, is what we just did right now. And this is where the logical order of things come in place. When you start your store creating products right away, if you don't have your product page layout, then you have to go back and create the product page layout. And again, maybe get frustrated because where do I create this? So that's why we kind of started the way we started. And we're following the protocol of the logical order of things. So now here in this page is where you actually select your product layout. Why? Because you already have created it. Then the very next step is your reviews. In your reviews, you will find all the comments of your customers, all the good reviews that you're going to get, and then you can manage them here. And the last step is the finish. Here is where you decide where to send your product. So, for example, you decide to send your product into the directed to the website. You want to make sure that it's active in every single page. But also we have two updates here. As you can see in this area right here, there's two buttons right here, which is the buy button and the embed checkout. I don't know if people can see my mouse moving, but right here, buy button and embed checkout. These additions allows you to create a snippet of code that you can drop anywhere else that HTML is allowed, and you can have your product for your checkout, no matter what it is. It could be in a WordPress environment, it could be in a Wix environment, it could be anywhere an embedded code is allowed, including Groove pages. There was a lot of situations that people ask, hey, can I actually add and embed my products from Groovekart into my Groove pages when I do a landing page for my product? Of course you can. So now let's go really quickly to the list of the setup time. So for the setup, let's just recap. We need the product information, short and long descriptions, SEO information, a couple of pictures, maybe a video, of course your pricing, your variables if you have any, and you must have already created your product page. So you don't make that face when you get to the product setup time. So without further ado, let's revert back to you, Donna, and start sharing your screen. So you're going to add a product for us.
Okay. How exciting.
Awesome.
Let's see. Remove yours, add mine. Oh, that's your screen. Remove yours. There's mine. Add mine. Oh my gosh, I just kicked John out of the stream. There we go. You're back, right, John?
I believe I am.
I kicked you out for a second. It's all right.
Okay. I'm feeling the love. It's okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So as you can see, guys, Donna has two products, one new product and a group product that we did many weeks ago in one of our different sessions. So now, Donna, let's just follow the protocol. As you can see, you have now your product page. Let's just create a new product. So let's click on create a new product.
I did. It's now waiting.
Yeah, it's running right now.
Trying to resize so you can see everything.
Yeah, I'm actually following the webinar as well live as we speak. So it's fun to see how everything reacts, just to make sure that everybody else is seeing the same information. So
yes, and there's a little bit of a delay, I know, but it does well. I really like this new service. It'll do until Groove Webinar comes out.
Yeah, it's not really limiting us to do a lot of things. So this is a great step for us. So now I'm so excited about this because as we talked last week, Donna and I've been going back and forth what products she should use. And Donna, can I tell him what happened this afternoon of the pictures that you took of the product that should not be sell because it was something that you did that belonged to a large company?
Yeah, in fact, I'm happy to even show them like the pictures, but yeah.
Well, Donna and I were sharing what product you're gonna actually choose today, and she said, "Yeah, I actually make this painting of a Disney character," and then we realized, oh, well, Disney character. So I don't know if we can do that, but
I can't actually sell it.
You cannot sell it because, of course, Big Brother, Mr. Disney will probably come down on you.
The interesting thing is the reason why I chose that painting, and here I'm gonna share my screen just so I can show it off a little bit because I'm proud of it, frankly, is here. I can change my share to, this will share everything right now. So you're going to see a lot, but I was going to use this image and let's see, let it get big. There you go. So that's from the movie Moana. It's
that's right.
Big lava monster in Moana. And I chose this image. I was going to write it because the copy for it would be so good. In this image, I used something called Black 3.0, which is the darkest black pigment you can possibly get. It's like looking into night. So here's an example of it right here. You can see this is the blackest black that you can possibly buy when it comes to a paint. So there's like regular normal black next to it that looks like a pale gray, and then the black is black. So I chose this one because I was excited to write the copy about using the blackest black. And then I realized that I can't sell it anyway. So
Oh, well,
it's
that's
fun.
a fun background story. And so you have your images ready. So let's go back to the actual
You.
to the actual process. And oh, this is an actually nice image right there. So let's see. Awesome. So what are you gonna name the product? So let's start with that. Let enter your product name.
So what are we doing right now? Are we doing an original painting, or are we doing a t-shirt, or?
We're doing an original painting.
Okay.
So this is
Then
an original painting.
um, then we're going to put up Galaxy Girl. Okay, that's my product name.
Awesome. Galaxy Girl. Perfect. Now, in that same line, guys, something that we have to pay really close attention for those who have asked us, do we deal with digital products? And that is an absolute yes. There are a couple of things that we have to consider, especially when it comes to the size of the file. But we do have digital products available, so you can upload a file. We are working in certain things as far as of the sizing of the file and things like that. So please let us know if you need any specific sizes and things so we can accommodate. Of course, with certain limitations, but we are making sure that digital products are available for sale at Groovekart. So now let's pick the category, shall we? So let's click where it says category and tags, and it will show you the categories that you have available. You have my category and home for the moment. So let's create a new category since it's the first one. So since this is original paintings, let's just call the category original paintings. And then just click create. And now you have my category and original paintings. So now it's going to ask us what will be the default category. You want everything in home or in their original painting. So we're going to just click that circle that says default category and make sure it's under original paintings. Perfect. Now scrolling down, we're going to find the tags. In the tag, you can actually use this to create something to identify the product within Groovekart. So you can say Galaxy Girl or acrylic, or depending on how you want to make sure that the product is tagged.
The tags are for people to find it, right?
Correct. Yes. And
So
also,
no one's going to search for Galaxy Girl because it doesn't mean anything. It's just the title of the painting.
Correct. But I think tags will be something cool because people look for that. And within Groovekart, we have a function that you can create really quick menus using the tags. So if you want to sell, if you have a specific tag, let's say acrylic art or maybe canvas, maybe watercolor, so you can use those tags in order to identify certain products and create quick links on that you using the actual tags. So let's keep scrolling down because now things are going to get interesting, which is the descriptions. Now here you have the two descriptions, and to change those, you can click where it says change, and you have the two areas. You will find the editor, and you can actually add the description. So right now we're going to focus on the summary product description and then the full product description. So how would you describe Galaxy Girl? Original artwork.
I don't know how to describe it. I hadn't given it much thought. So we'll fill in much better copy later. That's my description.
That's awesome. And guys, so this is actually one of the biggest challenges that we all have as store owners. Sometimes we get flustered with so many things to do at the same time. It's okay to create the product and do what Donna is doing. It's like, hey, I'm going to just name it somehow right now. I'm just going to make sure that I get the product situation done. I create my first product and I can come back and edit it. the product description is important because then the keywords and the way that the product is set up, it's important for your narrative of the store, for the narrative of the store. If
Mhm.
you have a good narrative, if you have a good story, there's a good chance or a better chance that people will follow your products to be more interested in the products. So create the connections, inspire others to maybe that are looking to get paintings to maybe create an ambience for some part of their homes or their office. So use that elements to create the attention. But so we have that summary product description, then we have the full product description. Same situation, the full product description. Here, what I would like to add is whatever verbiage you want to use, make sure that you also add the qualities of your product. Right now, in Donna's case, is about a painting that she actually made herself, but you can also say this painting will. I haven't seen the painting, so I'm making this up. But this painting will bring up the colors of your house, or maybe this painting will create a nice surrounding for any living space, maybe your living room. Give an idea to your customer related to your product, and this can be changed on anything. So if you sell pet products, this let's say you're selling canned tuna for dogs, and use as an example, this product will make your dog stronger and run faster, of course within the limits of the truth of your product and not breaking the law. So you don't want to say, yeah, this product cures cancer, so
So I
don't do
can't
that.
write, yeah, yes, yes, getting this artwork will make you skinny and rich and happy.
Exactly, this product, this picture will make you happy.
I could say that.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true, but is it really true? So
You
all
haven't
right.
seen it, but trust me.
And now, and this is for the upsell description. This is in the event that you're using these products as an upsell, and more details on all these little extra settings in day 6. So let's just keep scrolling back. I'm sorry, scroll down, Donna. So we're gonna go to the next step on the actual description here, and
SEO.
this is a very much important one: SEO description. A lot of people. I mean, when I say a lot, I do get a lot of requests in the service department. Where do I actually put my SEO information? Does Groovekart have the ability to take meta tags and meta description? Yes, we can. And that's where you do it. And again, with meta description, you have to be very specific. Always use your title of the product with a slight combination. So for the meta title, let's just put Galaxy Girl. Galaxy Girl acrylic painting. Perfect. And since we have a little bit of a delay, maybe you're not seeing it right away as we are seeing it. But now let's work with the meta description. So the meta description, you can say, hey, this awesome painting will bring up the ambience of your living room or something like that. And make sure that you use your keywords. Make sure you use acrylic. Make sure you use canvas. Make sure you use the size, maybe things that are relevant for the search engines, which are sometimes description, sizes, colors, and different points that you can describe better your product. And as Donna is actually typing that, you will see that the Google snippet is changing. And it says Galaxy Girl Original Acrylic Painting and with a link. And I'll explain as soon as Donna is finishing typing how that link is going to look once you add a domain name to your store.
Which we did last week, right?
Correct.
Okay. Awesome. I'm done typing.
Awesome. Since you're done typing and I was looking at the other screen, since we have a little bit of delay, so as you guys can see in the Google snippet, that's how Donna is setting up this product. So it's Galaxy Gear Original Acrylic Painting, and it has the long link. Now, as you can see, it says donnafox.groovekart.com. If you have a domain name, this is not going to appear like that. This is going to be under your domain name. So make sure that you notice that when you're creating your links for your meta descriptions and your meta titles. Now, if we scroll down a little bit more, Donna. This is for the open graph markup. This is actually used for social media. So if you want to just add a title there, feel free. And your OG description as well. And maybe if you have an image. Now I'm reading actually the comments, Donna, and I believe that are we having? Can everybody hear us properly? I believe there was a little situation with the sound. Oh, I believe is it's okay on the sound. And I see, and I'm so glad to see a couple of familiar faces right now watching the webinar live, which is amazing. And thank you for that confirmation, Sandra. Yep, we can hear you loud and clear. Awesome. So today we're not going to press any numbers because we know that everybody's here. That's the great thing about having this is an open setting. So,
The dogs are here too. Oh my goodness. I'm going to mute out for a second.
no worries, Donna. And I'm always glad that everybody's here, including Donna's dogs. And as you can see, she added the picture for the open graph markup. So that's great. You can use that as well. And you can use all the information that we just discussed about your product. And as soon as Donna comes back in, I will add a little bit something on the friendly URL. So let's see.
You can totally tell me what to do. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm just muted.
Great. Awesome. So if you don't mind, Donna, just scroll up a little bit because I would like to show the friendly URL because I have a little caveat on that one. It's perfect. On the friendly URL, once you're working on your descriptions and your SEO settings, please do not use the double hyphen. Just Google hates that with passion. If you have a description or a friendly URL with a Galaxy Girl hyphen acrylic painting hyphen, don't use the double hyphens because yes, exactly what Donna is typing. Avoid at all costs those hyphens because a hyphen in the SEO world is just like a space.
Yeah.
Like pretty much the equivalent of a space. So if you have a double space, that automatically just kind of kills the purpose of that space.
Wouldn't you say that to also be true about really like any type of character that's not alphanumeric up here?
Correct.
Like you wouldn't want to put a question mark or equal sign or any of those things because they all mean something in a browser.
Right, and it will create certain things. So yeah, we need to make sure that you avoid that at all costs.
Yeah, like you wouldn't want to put an ampersand in like that because that means something to a browser that doesn't necessarily mean what your title would be. Yeah,
exactly. So now let's just scroll down because we're about to go to the next step. So since we already put the open graph, and let's just click save and next. Now, if everything goes fine, you get settings updated in green. And if you happen to have a red arrow or a red box that says, hey, something is missing, double check your description and double check your categories. Those are the two areas that our system, being the intelligent system that it is, will not let you advance until you fix that because that's the most important part, your product name and your product category. So now that we're moving forward, so this is what I was waiting for, the actual pictures. So Donna, if you don't mind, please select your pictures. How many pictures you want to use in your product?
I just have 2 for today.
Awesome. Perfect. Now they're being updated. And now the cool thing about this right now is before we had the ability to change certain things, but now we can make one picture, the better picture of the product, the cover picture, the first picture that people will see once they come into contact with the product. So you have that as a cover image, but let's say the one that shows fully the actual painting, I think will be a better option for the cover image. What do you say, Donna?
I agree.
Would be the one that shows the detail or the full painting?
The full painting.
So let's click on the full painting, which is the second, and you will see that you'll have an icon, I mean, a frame around it.
Yes,
Now, can you just click and says cover image on the other side?
I did.
And
You should stop looking at the Facebook stream and just look
No.
at the live stream. 'Cause
no,
it's-
I'm looking at the live. I'm looking at the live one right now because my computer just shut off.
Oh, got it.
So-
Okay.
Yeah, I was just waiting for that because it's not showing me. It's showing the cover as the one showing the detail, right?
Yeah, it still says that, even though I switched it. So this is
Oh.
the one it said, the default. And then here I clicked on it and then I clicked cover image.
Okay, so I guess let's see when we save it. And safe to assume you don't have any videos right now for that, right?
I do not. Yeah.
All right, no problem. So if we have videos available for your products, add them. So there's not a problem. And let's scroll down and let's just click next. Save and next, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, it did switch to the cover. I saw it right
Yep.
as it.
Yeah,
saved it.
once
Okay.
you save it, it will say that. No. So now here's the fun part. Now we're at step 3. We have now the wholesale cost, quantity discounts, and pricing and variance. So let's start with the first one on the top, wholesale and cost and additional shipping fees. This is where you decide if you're going to charge something else for shipping or maybe a wholesale price if you want to make 5, 6, 7, 8 products, whatever of an order of the same unit, maybe different paintings, maybe different products, so you can make the price there. And of course, change your additional shipping fee. So
Can I change the shipping fee later? Like, is this like inflated price shipping that I can give them free shipping later, or?
Actually, that is just for additional shipping. So there is a section that you can change your shipping, which we're going to be talking in, I believe it's in day 5.
Okay.
We're going to be talking about shipping and how to interact with the products. But yeah, this is just like a base, but this is any additional pricing. So this will
All right.
show us an additional cost.
I'll leave it like that. For
So
now.
perfect. So now let's take a look at quantity discount. So let's click change. If you're going to use any kind of discount for anybody that buys 2 or more paintings of the same item.
Well,
Now,
yeah,
this
can't.
on this you cannot, because these are original paintings, so you don't have 2 of the same painting. So you want to just leave that alone. However, if you do have a product that you can sell 5, 6, 7, or 10 or whatever amount, you can give the option of a quantity discount. Now, if you don't mind clicking again in that area, Donna, so we can cover that a little bit. So the quantity, let's say if you have, let's just put 5. And then you want to offer a discount of 5%. So you type 5 in there. And then on type, instead of $, you click the percentage. So that will give the customer the ability to get this product if they buy 5 or more, that 5% discount, which of course will be reflected in the shopping cart. So now let's scroll down a little bit and let's click on the pricing and variance. So here is where we put the variance, and this is for our own products. In this case, Donna, just questions. Since this is an original painting, you don't have 2 different sizes of the same painting, right? You only have 1 size.
That's correct.
So the variants are not going to be needed here because she only has 1. Now, if in the event that Donna decides to create some copies or lithographs or posters of that painting, what she can do is create the variants. And the variants are using when you have a product that has different sizes, colors, textures, whatever the variant might be. So let's just take a look at a
So like
variant.
that. Yeah.
But actually, it will be poster size. So if you want to change that one on top, that it will be poster size instead of the 2024. Because let me just show you how it actually works. Poster size, delete the 20 by 24. And now delete that one in the bottom for a second because we're gonna create first the first variant.
Jumping ahead again.
Yeah, it's quite okay. I love the excitement, and I know now why you wanted to learn to do this. So it's like, okay, no worries. I rather just tell you to slow down to accelerate. So now we have the poster size. Now let's take a look at the variants. What sizes you're gonna offer? You type in 20 by 4, and then maybe the other size is 17 by 11, maybe another size, or
Yeah, sure.
70 by 12, and maybe a one last smaller size, maybe 5 by 5, just to have something creative here. So now you have your main variant type, which is the poster size.
This is
And
making
then-
all the math people crazy because these are not scaled.
Yeah, these are not scale, guys. This is just by pure example only. So don't judge me. I never liked math in the first place. So now let's just click generate the variants. And what will happen now, once you click generate, you will see that 3 new fields are going to be added to the bottom of the page. Because of course you're not going to change the same price for a smaller poster of a product that it is obviously smaller. So you can have the price for the 2024, the price for the 17 by 11, and the price for the 5 by 8. Because of course by size you cannot charge the same price. So now let's just compare at a price, and let's say for the 2024 you can exactly charge $50. Then the other one maybe 40.
Yeah, I'm just, putting
Maybe
numbers in
30.
here.
Exactly, just putting numbers. And then you can just click save and exit.
So I don't need a SKU here.
Well, if you want to add a SKU, that's fine. SKU, SKU. So you can say poster, Galaxy Girl 1, Galaxy Girl 2, or Galaxy Girl 3.
What are the reasons for doing it or the benefits?
So you can, when you get the order, so it's easier for you to identify a product. So
Okay.
Most of the products, especially in drop shipping and print on demand, will have an SKU. So they can generate the order correctly. So in this case, since we added manually, you can add whatever you want, literally. So you can say Galaxy Girl 2024, Galaxy Girls 1117 to Galaxy Girl 58.
Got it. Or not do it all, which is perfect for me. So.
So let's just click save and next.
All right.
And now we have the settings page. And now you see what happened here? Now we can either go with the default product layout or the video layout because we created the layouts. So let's just select the default product layout.
I guess it's selected. I can see that.
Yeah, it's actually selected because it has. If you select the video layout, you will see the little drop shadow. So now let's just go back to the product default and then just click save and next. And by the way, guys, all the bump products, related products, bundles, that's going to be in day 6 when we talk about promotions, okay? So don't feel like, oh, we're just leaving out information. Nope, not at all. But again, we're trying to make sure that we present the whole lessons in a logical order so we can just grasp the process. Now, here is the actual portion of the approved reviews or the reviews that you're going to have in your store. So since we don't have any reviews yet, so you can just save and next, or if you want to create a review, I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that you can add your own reviews.
Correct. So because a lot of people needed it and wanted it, so we give it to them.
Yep, awesome.
So let's just click save and next. And now we're going to double check everything in our finish step. So it's going to ask us, where do you want the product? And this is the most important step of all. And remember, guys, what we just did now, it will be the step-by-step process that you will do when creating a product that you're going to do yourself or you're selling yourself. For the different situations, if you have different products or different drop shipping products, it's a different step, which you want to cover in a second. But this is only for products that you have yourself. Now, The last step is very important because a lot of people miss this step, and we receive a lot of situations like, hey, I just created the product and I just completed, just click finish, but I don't know what happened. I don't see my product. And you see, Donna just pointed it out. Display product on website needs to be turned into the green button. So there it is. Donna just did it. She just put the product into the green area, the button into the green area, and now your product will display in the actual page. Now you have to select everywhere, Facebook only, US. So we just make sure it's everywhere. Let's just, for the sake of argument right now, is just everywhere. And now, before we click publish, I'm going to show you two things: the buy button and the embedded checkout. These two little things are actually very useful in the event that you have or Groove Funnels product. Let's assume that Donna wants to create another page into the Groove Funnel environment to promote her paintings, but she doesn't want to use uh, or she doesn't want to have the double checking option or the double billing option to have the Groove Funnels, but just directly from Groovekart. And this is only for this purpose of the Groovekart. Not saying that it's going to replace Groovesale or anything like that, but this is how you can combine it. So if you create the button, once you click the Generate Buy button, you can configure it and it will show it right away. So let's just, in the text box, Donna, just please type buy my painting now, for example.
I have to have her.
I have to have her. Exactly. Then select your text color. Sorry.
Which color do you think it's going to be? Probably purple.
Probably purple. Beat me to it. And then the background color, it should be actually, it will be cool on yeah, I was about to say a light purple or maybe white. That yellow is actually cool.
Yeah.
So then show the product name. You can just make that into the green. Now let's just show the product image. More importantly, there it is. And then show the price. And this is optional if you want to include your prices. And I think that will be enough of setting. And at the bottom, as Donna is about to click, generate the code for the update settings. So all that you do is you copy that code into your Groove pages using one of the HTML elements.
I love it.
Whatever.
So if I wanted to have this painting not only on my Groove store, but maybe I wanted to dedicate a page to it that is a like a traditional long copy sales page where I get people involved in the story and they have the opportunity to purchase this one-time painting. I don't have to set it up in Groovesale, even though I could make that whole page in Groove Pages. All I need to do is embed this as custom code.
Correct.
That's so exciting.
And that would not only do two things, would actually help you to promote your Groovekart store, but also sell your products. So you're kind of just hitting a double whammy in that sense. So moving along, that you can copy that copy and you can just create that. But for the sake of argument right now, let's just click the X and we're going to close that. And we're going to hit publish. Once you hit publish, two things will happen. Your product will be updated. And now, just to verify that everything is looking fine, let's click the little eye icon on that page next to the standard product. So that will be the preview. So now let's just make sure. Galaxy Girl. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
The default didn't move though, right? Because it came with this one as default.
Yes, I believe it didn't move, so we can just fix it in a second. But you see here, something that I wanted to show was the variance on the poster size. Since we wanted to sell this also as a poster, so you see the variant there. So do you mind if you can click on the poster size to see what happens? The 2024, the drop down. Do you have
just clicked on each one of them. What we don't have here is the original.
Correct, because so we created the actual variants using the original painting. So this is a very important point that Donna just made. So the variants that we created was for a different product, right? Because we're offering here the actual original painting, but we created these variants so we can show the ability to create the variants, but we don't necessarily need them here. So this gives us a great opportunity to do something. Let's edit the product. So let's just go back for a second, Donna, to my products in your store. I believe you have the next tab. And since you're still there, now let's just go to the actual pricing and variance information. Let's just go to pricing and variance. And so this is the original painting. So we already kind of show that we have the ability to create separate products using the variants, but we're not going to need the variants. So let's just click the red trash can next to each variant where it's the default. So let's just click that out. Yep. Delete this, delete that. Yep. Delete that, delete that. And also on top where it says delete, you will delete the poster size. So now let's just scroll up, or actually stop right there. Save on next, I'm sorry. And you'll see that the product is updated. And now let's go back to the store. So there's no variance now because guess what? It is the original product. So if you don't mind, let's go back to the other tab that you have and let's just refresh that tab. You see? Now
free.
Now it's free product because we didn't put a price because we missed a step.
Which would be,
guess where? That's going to be your
same
homework.
place.
Where are you going to see it? Let's see
Pricing
if
and
we read
variance.
the lesson. There you go.
Compare at $250, and we're going to make it $197.
Now what we do next?
See the next.
There you go.
Okay, and now let me see if I can fix this picture. Here's what I would do. That's what I would do.
You just got the trick. I was about to see if you can guess it, but you got it right on my mouth. That's perfect. So now let's just click save on next. And now let's take a look at the product again. Let's just refresh the page.
Ta-da!
Now it's a single item. You don't have any variables because it's an original painting or original product. And you have created the button as well. You have your reviews. And if you keep scrolling down, you have, of course, the rest of your footer, all the elements in the page. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is how you create a page for a product for Groovekart using the version 2.0.
Super exciting.
And we did it, of course, in kind of a long process because we want to explain it. But here's the thing. Once you get to it, once you get to do once or twice or three times, you get it, and it's going to be a very easy process, especially now with the new interface. And I know that I will never be tired to give a lot of kudos to our team because they did an amazing job with actual rethinking the interface. And I know there's going to be more changes coming. So it is exciting because we're making the product better every time. So now we have a product, Donna. Aren't you excited that in your store you have a product? And next week,
very excited.
and next week you're gonna have we already connected your domain. We already did a bunch of stuff. So do me a favor, let's click in another tab and see donnafox.com. I believe it was donnafoxart.com. Yes.
Cool.
So let's see how that's gonna look. Cool. So right now is not there, but you know what I want you to do, Donna, if you don't mind, is right at the end of donnafox.com/ just put original paintings. Just type in original paintings.
What for the space? Because isn't there a space?
Yeah, actually, yes. Original dash. Then / Galaxy Girl.
And then would that be first of all, is it case sensitive? Galaxy Girl. Nope.
It must be. I think you're missing the product item number.
Mm.
And it's easier. I think it's easier if you just go back to the other tab and you take a look.
Let's go back to this tab.
Yep, that tab. You see 5 Galaxy Girl?
Yeah, I see it. So how about I just copy this?
Yeah, copy that part. Exactly. I was about to recommend that.
Here.
Then there, because we want to see it directly in your domain name. So there it is.
Woohoo!
So DonnaFoxArt.com, original paintings, Galaxy Girl. So if you want to share that in your social media, you can just grab it from your main domain. Of course, by the time that you'll be working with your store, you will know that you will need to use your main name, your main domain name for that. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We have created a product. Donna, I'm so proud of you. You actually survived the process. Everything looks fun. You did a great job. And now let's just go back for a second to my next slide, and then we come back to your store so I can announce the very next step.
All right, there you go.
Awesome, guys. So we have already the setup time. So we did this list. We have gathered all the information, short and long description, SEO, pictures, videos, etc., etc. And now what we're going to do is actually not QA. Let me just go back a little bit. And again, go back a little bit. We are going to add, let me just say it because this is going to take me forever.
Just page up.
We're going to, page up.
Yeah, page up and down. We'll
let's see. Oh, thank you, Donna. Again,
you're learning all the PowerPoint tricks from me today.
Yes, you have no idea how much I love you for that. So right now we have the setup. We just did the setup. So we did the Young product. Now we're going to do a print on demand product. And for the first time, Donna is actually setting up her account in Tscape because, as she said earlier, we want to make sure that you have as much options to sell products depending if you are a designer or if you have an artistic ability like Donna does to create more products for sale. So let's do that. Now that we know, we're going to do the print on demand product. And if time allows, we're going to do the drop shipping product. So Donna, let's just revert back to your screen so we can actually connect you to Tscape. So now we're back to your store and you are loading your dashboard. And now, guys, in order to get connected to the third-party applications, as we mentioned in the first day, we need to go to Find My Products. It's actually that icon that actually has the little $sign and the magnifying glass. So if you don't mind, Donna, please click on that icon as well, please. And here is where you will find all the third-party apps that we have available. From Layer App to Pure and Well, we covered all. We cover Layer App, Ali Connect, Slingly, Dropify, as well as Tscape and Printful. So let's just, for today, we have talked about a lot of implementations with Printful, but this time let's give the opportunity to do something with Tscape. So click on the icon that says Learn More, and you're going to see this box. This box is going to tell you all the abilities that actually Printful Tscape offers, and just make sure that you click on that little radio button to the green side. Once it's open, you're going to see the Go to App. Click on the Go to App. And what it will do, it will actually open up a new another window with two pieces of information: your authorization token and your key. These are unique to your store. And now, to complete the process, we have to click here to sign up. So Donna, if you don't mind, please sign up. Let's just click there, and we're going to start the process with them to complete your account. By the way, the account with Tscape, as well as with many others over third-party partners, are free, especially for print on demand. So can you click where that goes to the Tscape, Donna?
Oh yeah, I did.
Perfect. Yes. So I did see that. You just flash it really quickly. So as Donna was doing, she's copying the authorization token as well as the API key.
And make sure when you do this, I noticed when I just clicked here to get the token, it grabbed the space behind my name, and that could stop things from working when you do it. So make sure that you don't have stray spaces before or after things when you copy and paste them. It's super important.
Perfect. Now you can type your email address. And I believe that you might need a password. If you want to use one, you might want to delete the phone number there.
Yeah, I don't answer my phone anyway. I actually don't answer my phone. I have my phone set to not ring if you aren't programmed in my phone. So don't even try it.
All right, don't even try it. So now,
so antisocial.
Well, I doubt that, but hey. So donnafox.groovekart.com. Remember, you don't have to add anything else but just the name of your store, because as you can see, it adds the .groovekart at the end. So let's just make sure it's Donna Fox, and let's just get connected now. And I believe you are connected already. So it gives you the connection. So it says, welcome to the TSK Fulfillment Group. So you are connected. So now it's off to create a product for drop shipping. I'm sorry, for print on demand, not drop shipping. Awesome. So now we're going to use the same picture that you have to create a t-shirt. How's that?
Fantastic.
Awesome. So let's just start with designing a product. So let's just scroll up and we're going to select, obviously, a product.
I don't see where to do that.
Let me check. I'm looking at your screen right now. It will be uploaded. Actually, I believe it's on the sign, on the second icon on the top.
Sign. Okay.
And here it is. And this, of course, is the studio where we designed or bring the product. So you already have the artwork. So we're going to click where it says upload your art. Then you click on the plus. Then, as you can see, is the image of the product. And then you can resize it so it will be on the area of the print area. So just make sure that all your print areas are just well covered. Just make it a little bit smaller.
Yeah, so it has to be within this box. So it could go to the edges of the box?
It could, but just on the safe side to avoid any kind of errors, let's just do it in the center. So if you can probably make it a little bit smaller as well, the actual box.
It's a lot smaller than the actual box, see?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. It's, as I said, it was just very small. But yeah, perfect. You are all set then. Let's just drop it in there. And now, as you can see here, the selected product is just the regular Gildan shirt in white. Then again, this is just for the sake of the creation of the product. Now this is your product right now, so let's just scroll down and add product with this design. So you create add products, and we're going to call this, of course, Galaxy Girl. Then click save. Now then you can select what colors you want to bring into the store. So as you can see, if you can just select any colors, you will see the image, how it will look in the colors. And this is important, guys. When we are offering a product, we tend to believe that if we have many colors and many sizes, we will have the option to sell more, which is completely false. Why? Because people know what they want. So you have to select the colors according to your market. If you're selling to ladies, just make sure you have tones of colors for females. And if you're selling for men, of course, darker colors that are stronger and more manlier. So think about that when selecting your products. And also, don't go crazy creating the same t-shirt for all the sizes, for all the colors. And I'm going to tell you why. The variables that is going to create automatically might create a situation, and you don't want to have a product, your first or second product, having little issues like that. So just make sure that you pick the right colors. And I think a lot of people ask me, John, how many colors you put in a t-shirt? How many designs? I say like, well, per design, I usually select three to five colors that are very popular depending on the design. And a lot of people say, well, I have regular designs. I'm going to put 10 colors. That might not be a good idea. Just make sure that always limit the amount of options so you are compelled to tell the customer to, hey, this is what is available, this is what you will look great on, and maybe just have uh, options, but not that much options. That's what I'm trying to convey. So as you can see, Donna's having fun just looking at all the colors, but she just picked five colors, which is what I just mentioned. So that's great. And now sizes. You see, Donna, in this specific case, in T-scape, we have all the sizes. We have from small to extra large, and then Y large and Y extra large. So it also depends on what kind of product you want to actually have. I will just go with the regular S, small, medium, large, extra large, and maybe up to 3XL. The rest might be kind of overkill.
But there
So,
might be reasons why you'd want those.
correct. And this is exactly, and I know you're going to say that. So, this is exactly the part where I say, remember your niche or your niche or
Or
your
your
target
niche.
or your niche. Remember your target market. If you are targeting plus sizes, of course you want to include these options. You want to make sure that you have them there. So now and right now we have that t-shirt. So scroll down, Donna, if you don't mind.
Sure. Oops.
Now let's review and publish. You select the product, so you can click review and select products. Now the Gildan t-shirt. So you have the color is showing you the white color right now. So the products for your store. So the store will be, of course, Galaxy Girl t-shirt, maybe.
Oops. Life in a t-shirt. This awesome painting to wear around town. And
Best selling
1995.
product, 1995, perfect. Now let's just add the category. If you click into that drop down, it will show you the categories, maybe.
Can we have a new category? We're not here. So,
Origin.
because we didn't add it, we only have
We
those.
haven't added the category, so you can probably just add it to home, maybe, or original. Yeah, maybe you can add it to original paintings, and then we just change the category really quickly when we
Yep.
once we import it. So then add products now. So generating the preview images, submitting products to your store. And what that is doing right now is creating all of the images for the mockups and all that stuff and making sure that the product is there so you don't have to look for manufacturers to print your t-shirt. So that's the great ability to do this. And we're going to be doing this also further down the road, maybe right after the challenge with our own designer and with Layer App. So we're going to be teaching you how to use that as well. So right now it's submitting and it will get us Galaxy Girl t-shirt product added successfully to the store. So let's just click on that link, Donna, to see the product in your Groovekart. Just click yes, I am not a robot, because of course we were working on that design. It will connect back to the store. And let's take a look at the actual product. So now you have the Galaxy Girl t-shirt. So it's taking us now to the information product because we just created the product, right? So here, what we can do is change the category. So let's click where it says change the category. And let's just add a new category. Create category. Let's just click probably apparel, maybe t-shirts, and then just click create.
And if I wanted to do a subcategory, I could do t-shirts here, right?
Correct.
And then make it a parent category.
Correct.
Apparel.
And
There
you
we
will
go.
see that it will be listed. And then what you have to do is select as default categories apparel and t-shirts, or apparel or t-shirts. There you go.
Oh.
So if you scroll down now, well, you might want to add the descriptions later, so we can skip that for now. But another important thing is the variable. So let's just go to the variable step. Just click save and next if you don't mind. And you see, scroll up. This is where it gets really cool. Now you see your artwork in different products in the colors that you selected.
That's
so you
awesome.
can see, guys, we just created 2 products in less than an hour. And that for somebody that has no experience, because believe it or not, Donna Fox knows a lot of marketing. She's amazing when it comes to information marketing and doing all the processes, but she is a complete newbie when it comes to Groovekart.
It's true.
And she admitted it herself. I'm not saying anything. I'm just not putting anything out there, but this is the first time Donna is doing it, and he's doing a great job. And as you can see, she just put one of her original paintings and now a t-shirt. So click save on next, Donna, if you don't mind.
This is so much easier than I thought it was going to be, John, and I know it's because you're holding my hand. So thank you.
And now let's just go now to the pricing and variance. Let's just click change on that end, because we're going to make sure that you have the pricing. So scroll down. And you see, guys, this is the cool part. When we connect to any of our third-party partners, you will see that everything is pre-made. And coming back to what Donna was asking, what happened with the SKU? So this is pre-populated depending on the product that you have, depending on the color that you selected, as well as the size. So with that said, please do not delete any variables after you create them. If anything, start the process over. If you think you made a mistake with the product, just delete the product in its entirety and start over. Because if you delete certain variables, it might create some conflicts with the orders, things like that. So maybe you don't want to offer that size. Just make sure that you don't select it when you bring in the product. This is only you bringing in the product. Have that in mind, because we need to make sure that every single piece of information that is put in here is actually the correct one. So have that in mind. As you can see, the price came in as well. So you can change the prices here. Now you can make
Which
sure
I
that,
just did. It came
Yep.
in with an increase in price for larger sizes, and
Right.
I don't think that that's cool, so I, reduced the price on those.
Perfect. But as you can see, you have all the variables in all the colors, and these are the kind of variables that you want to see. Is manageable. You have only 5 colors per size, and I believe you have 7 sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct. 7 sizes and 7 colors and 5 colors. So it doesn't give you a lot of variables, and it makes sure that the platform works incredibly well, and your product gets brought in completely fine. So now I see that you have changed the pricing. So let's scroll down and let's just click save on next.
So right here where it's compare at 0, if I leave it 0, will it say compare at 0? Do I need to put
it will only show the selling price. It will not have a compare price at all.
Okay, so I can leave that as it
You
is.
can leave that as 0, yes.
Awesome.
So save on next.
Oh, I did notice right at the bottom there was a bulk edit option.
Yeah, you can change prices. You can change certain things. So
Nice.
Yeah. So now this is where you want to select your page, your default page. So scroll all the way up. The front product layout, if you want, or you want to try maybe the video layout.
Sure.
Just
We don't have a video.
So you can actually save and next or save. Yeah, save and next. And then, since we don't want to add any review yet, so let's just click save on next. And the last step, of course, will be review and publish. So let's make sure that display the product in the website and click publish. And now again, you can just click the little icon so you can preview the product. And there it is.
That is super awesome.
Now click on the orange. Let me see something. Click on the orange for a second. Click on the blue. Click on the red. So at the moment, they're not changing. However, you have the ability to change the images in every single interaction with the variables. So, and now just click on the sizes if you don't mind, Donna. Let me see, make sure that we have the list of all the sizes.
Yep. Oh,
You see, it changed
well, that
the
moved.
size. Yeah, it changed the size. Now let's take a look at the.
So it's only changing the color when you change the size.
So the size, yeah.
So I'm
So
going to change it to blue, and then we'll look at the large.
it will
That
show.
seems like it's not functioning like it should be.
No, but no, that is exactly what I was just mentioning. So we're going to come back to the product because this is actually an option that you can have. So let's take a look. Let's just go back to the product. Let's just go to the pricing and variants.
Okay.
And here you can click where it says change in pricing and variants. Scroll down. And you see where it says variants, color white, say size S. Put your mouse in the image for a second. You see that it comes up with a little pencil that you can edit.
Yes.
So can you just click on that, please? Can you just click on that image? So you see here, what you can do is you have 35 or 37 variants. So you want to go by the color. So color white, size S. So click where it says, pick the white picture, obviously, and then change to the next variant. Now click again the white picture. Again, the where it says change to the next variant. Depending on the color, you see now it says color black. So make sure that is of course the black picture. Next variant. The same thing with the next color gold. Perfect.
So these are moving on their own. I'm not having to select the.
Correct. Yeah, we just want to make sure that those are actually in the right place.
Got it.
But I just wanted to show the functionality that sometimes when you have the ability to change the variables, you can do it manually. So right now you have come to the end of the list. So you have changed all the variables. So just click where it says save.
Okay.
And now let's go back to the product. And now let's refresh the, and now let's just click in the gold or the orange.
Woohoo! Look at
See?
that.
Now look at the blue.
Good job.
Look at the red. You see, when we encounter things like that, it's not really the system. It's just when the product came in, sometimes the variable might not take the right setting. So we just go back and we make sure that it is on the right setting.
That's awesome.
So you see, and now let's just click the L if it shows any different color. You see, it's not changing colors.
Nice.
Or did it?
Only because I clicked.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So I went to the next size and then clicked a color to see that it changed. So
awesome.
But it doesn't change when you just click the size. So
awesome.
Yes, now perfect. It is operating as expected.
As expected, with your video at the bottom. Do you see that?
I do see that.
Perfect. And you know what? We actually have added a print-on-demand product, guys. And again, this is a process that you will be able to do following the actual replay of this webinar. Or I don't know if I should call it webinar anymore. It should be a live session or...
training. Call it training.
Yes, training. So of this training, of this challenge, of the challenge that we're actually doing. And Donna, I got to say that you did a great job. I mean, you went through the steps. Now you have a couple of products in your store. So now we understand the process. Now we have seen to add a product. Now this is the day 3 only. Remember, guys, we're going to do this for 8 weeks. So next week is going to be the homepage creation because now we have 2 items in our store and maybe more. If you decide to do so and kind of create more products, in day 4, we're going to put the face together. Now that we have some products to show in our stores, we're going to do it in day 4 once we do the actual homepage for our Groovekart stores. So now, Donna, let's just, if you don't mind, let me just show my screen so we can go to the last part.
There you go.
Awesome. And of course, I actually close my presentation. Can you see my presentation? Yep.
I can, yeah.
Oh, great. So now I'm going to use your trick right now because I closed it accidentally. So let's do some QA. I believe, David, we have a couple of questions. And Margaret says, can we export reviews from Amazon directly? Unfortunately, Margaret, no. We don't have that. We do have something that you might probably use within your product, which is your direct reviews, or also you can use something called Review Trust, which we actually connect to your stores as well. But unfortunately, we cannot bring any kind of reviews from Amazon. When you import a product from AliExpress, is it normal that the standard product is automatically selected? Yes, this is actually for drop shipping, and unfortunately, because of the time, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. But I'm going to squeeze it in maybe in day 4, or I will actually, Francis, I will directly address that with you. But yes, it's usually selected as a default, but it will be a better process if I can show you directly. And most likely, since I mentioned the time right now, we are at the limit right now, so we can do that. But now let's just move to Q&A. Anybody else have any other question? Just please put it in the chat, or not in the chat, but in the actual comment area, and David will actually let us know. In the meantime, while we get some questions, I would like to present the challenge for next week, or I'd rather say the assignment. So the assignment will be set up 1 or more products for your store. Again, if you happen to be stuck with something or you have a question, you can reach us at support@groovedigital.com. And I believe everybody can see the screen where I'm actually mentioning the setup for 1 product, and with my email address now. Perfect.
You're an easy teacher if all the homework that we have to do for 1 week is just to set up 1 product.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I don't want to leave a lot of homework. I don't like my students not to like me. So I'm easy on that sense. And Michael Sabo just asked, are these trainings offered on a replay videos? Yes, Michael, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to have these replays here in our Facebook page, in YouTube, as well as in GrooveDigitalAcademy.com. It's actually easy to register, easy to access, it's free, most importantly, and you can get all our trainings, future and past, and enjoy, I believe it's 135 hours of pure fun with our products, including Groove Funnels on Tuesdays. That's actually live. Those sessions are led by Mr. Tom Beal. And with us, Donna and myself and David, on Thursdays, the replays are always going to be there for you guys to follow and participate actively, even though when you cannot be live for whatever reason. So guys, with that said, right now I believe it's 7:38, 7:40. Usually in the other webinars we have a little bit of control of the time. This was the first time for me using this setting, which I love because I think it gives us a lot of more freedom. More people will be able to, once we get the word out that this is the way of the future for us. So please, if you happen to be in your Facebook, if you happen to know people that have Groovekart or Groove Funnels, let them know. Hey, the webinars are now lives in Facebook, so spread the word, and we'll be just continue providing you the best information we can. And of course, every time this happens, we are going to make sure that the replays are there.
And one of the really awesome things about this new system is that pretty much as soon as we end this broadcast, takes like 2 or 3 minutes, but Facebook will have the replay right in the same spot. It just converts this live post into a replay post. So that's one of the advantages of moving from GoToWebinar, which we had maxed out, to the system.
Great. All right, guys. So, unless Donna, do you have anything else to add? It's been a pleasure as always. We want to make sure that you continue with the challenge. Day 4 is going to be fun because we're going to have a little bit more of hands-on. Donna will build her own homepage for her Groove store, so it's going to be amazing to see. For that, we're going to have a couple of elements ready for you guys as well, and we're going to continue with the same sections, with the Q&A and any questions that you might have. So, guys, I want to
Actually,
thank you all for coming
before
tonight.
you wrap up, it occurs to me that one of the other cool things about this system is people can ask questions about the replays, and since they are posts and comments in our Facebook group, we'll be able to answer people's questions that are watching the replay. We've never been able to do that before.
Awesome, and I just realized it as well, so that's perfect. All right, Donna, thank you very much again. You did great today. If we had a soundboard, I will have a big round of applause for you. You did great. Again, your products are going to look great. Your store is going to look great. And next week is going to look way better once we complete the actual setup for the homepage. So, guys, don't miss it. Be with us on next Thursday, same time, same channel. And I want to thank you, Donna, for the time again. And thank you, David. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Have a
guys.
good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.